What's going on, everyone? So today we are going to be setting up a 120-gallon tank. This tank is pretty nice. I got it in a trade from some coral, whatnot, blah blah blah. It is a 5-foot long 120-gallon tank. So I picked up some fish. My buddy George from Agno Aquatics. I did a fish store tour of his store a few weeks ago now, but he brought me the fish. So I'm gonna get the camera turned around here and we'll get this. So we got all my stuff here. I got the sand, food, heaters, power strips, some caves, sponge filter, air pump, all the good stuff, the light, and then of course the fish are in here. And can't forget mugs, you know what I mean? That's my dude right there. But so I'm gonna get busy here. I just wanted to show you everything, how I just got it set out here so everybody could see, and we're gonna get busy and start filling this bad boy up. Alright, so we got the sand in, got my little skull. That came with the tank, by the way. But all the sand in. I'm going to take all these caves and stuff and get them rinsed out so we can get those in the tank. Of course, still got my helper here. There's not really much help, but he's here. Alright, caves, skull, this random pot that I found that I used to have. I don't know why, but I wanted to put it in there. So everything's in. Good to go. Now we're going to fill her up with some water. Finally full of water. I don't know how long that was, but it was way too long. Filling up 120 gallons at once, there's a lot of water. So as you can see, I have the fish floating. I actually, in the middle of filling it up, I got the idea that I might as well put the fish in now, and then that way they're temperature acclimating as it fills, so hopefully it will just make the process go quicker. Now my next step is, obviously you can see the sponges floating. You have to, you know, sink the sponges. You'll just squeeze them a few times, get the air bubbles out of them, and then they'll sink. So I'm actually going to, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to get the sponges going, then I can get the heaters going, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. Also, don't forget, you use tap water. At least for me, it's high in chlorine. You have to dechlorinate it. So I'm going to dechlorinate this water before I put turbo start in. I'm using turbo start to instant cycle this tank. A lot of people will tell you, oh, you can't do that. Yes, I promise you can. I've done it numerous times and know several other people that have. So obviously I'm going to show you how to do that. Like I said, right now I'm going to get the sponges going and put some dechlorinator in to get this water dechlorinated and start the next step. Alright, I'm going to get these fish out of the bags. They've been in there for quite a few hours now. He packed them in with oxygen, so I know they're fine, but I've had them floating and temperature acclimating for quite a while. So I'm going to get them out of the bags and into the aquarium so that way they could start enjoying their new home. that we got the fish in, these darn sponges won't stay sunk down. That's actually it's not really a problem, it's just an issue, I guess. With new sponges, they don't like to stay set down on the bottom very well. You have to keep squeezing them. Let's see if we could zoom in here on them. Well, those are on the glass, but the air bubbles that are on the glass right here, I mean, it's no different than the sponge filter. It'll get air bubbles into the sponge filter as well, and you just have to basically keep squeezing them until that sponge gets saturated enough, and you know, it'll finally set down. So now that the fish are in, I dechlorinated it before I put the fish in, and now we are going to put our turbo start in. If it'll focus, maybe. This stuff is great. I love this stuff. I promise you it works. I've set up numerous tanks, and I know numerous people that have set up tanks using it. Follow the instructions and it works. Guaranteed to work, promise. So I'm gonna get this added in real quick while since I put the fish in, and get these sponge filters back down, and pretty much be done almost. Well, we did it. Water's still a little cloudy. It's going to stay cloudy. Should clear up probably by tomorrow. I just want to point out, I don't know if you could tell earlier in the video how dirty the glass was, but I cleaned it with, let's get this in the light over here. It is Fritz glass cleaner. Aquarium safe. No worries, ammonia free. The stuff works great. I mean, you could see this little marks right here are just air bubbles from the inside. That is, I mean, the glass is, I mean, it's perfectly clean. All right, I mean, there's not even scratches on this, but super pumped how this turned out. I can't wait for these fish to grow. These fish are star sapphire, and the other small fish are wild caught buffalo head. I used to have buffalo head back in the day when I had my fish room. I will try to find the link for that. Rob from Flip Aquatics did a video on that. I want to say it was, I don't know, it was years ago. It had to be 4 or 5 years ago or more. But he did a video on my fish room on his channel. I had 30 fish tanks down here, from 10 gallons all the way up to 40 breeders in a fish room. And I used to breed all kinds of cichlids. I mean, I had all kinds of stuff. But these buffalo heads were one of my favorite. I never had the star sapphire, but I always wanted them. So being that I, got this tank from a buddy of mine and a little trade, I had to go with the star sapphire and the buffalo head. I'm hoping it should work out fine, because the buffalo head are more of like a bottom dweller. They're cave spawners, hence why I have all these caves in here. So, and then obviously you can see the star sapphires, they're swimming around. They're more of like a middle to top, I would say, kind of fish. Obviously, of course, they go to the bottom as soon as I say that, but everything should get along well and shouldn't be any problem. So hopefully I can get both of these guys and girls breeding, and should be pretty interesting. As always, I appreciate you watching. If you're not subscribed, don't mind, hit that subscribe button. It'd be greatly appreciated, and you have a good day.